hip-hop, there's always conversation around who is up next. Who will be the artist shaping the next era of hip-hop sound, and where will they be taking it? As the music industry continues to change, it feels like it's harder and harder to find the artists who truly stand out. Of course, there are thousands of talented artists out there, but only a select few have what it takes to capture the wave of a generation. And the next artist who I think is ready to make that jump is Redveil. At only 19 years old, Redveil has already made a name for himself as one of the most promising young artists on the rise, and as both a rapper and producer, he is single-handedly carving out his own path to the top. Hailing from Prince George's County, Maryland, Redveil is carrying on the DMV tradition of artists embracing their individuality, while also making music that is relatable to every listener. The thing that makes Redveil so special isn't what he's done so far, but what I think he's capable of doing in the future. There's such a separation these days between the kind of hip-hop in the mainstream and what is considered underground, but I think Redveil has the skill set to help bridge that gap. Even though he is still a teenager, Redveil isn't brand new on the scene. In fact, he's been making beats since he was just 11 years old, after being inspired by Tyler the Creator, J. Cole, and Logic. He would release monthly beat tapes on SoundCloud, and would participate in beat battles on Discord servers. He truly is a musical child of the internet, even getting his first viral song after tweeting out the music video. In just a few short years, Veil has gone from one of the millions of Twitter rappers trying to get put on, to working with hip-hop legends new and old, like Danny Brown, JPEG Mafia, and even Mike Dean. After working on his skills for a few years, Redveil released his debut album Bittersweet Cry in 2019, at just 15 years old. At such a young age, it's amazing how mature the subject matter is on this record. He explores death on the song Backseat, reflects on being black in America on the song Brother's Keeper, and looks back on the regrets that he's had in his young life on the song Run It Back. There's a maturity to his writing that most rappers aren't able to find until years into their career. This isn't the most refined album that he would put out, but it's an incredible start at his age, with his production being just as developed as his lyricism. He uses trap drums with these soulful soundscapes, and an overall summary approach to the album, able to Trojan horse the deeper meanings of his music into a string of catchy, earworm tunes. The artists who represented past generations all have this ability to make accessible music while also providing something deeper underneath, speaking directly to the souls of their peers and fans, and I think this is what Redveil does best. He followed that up a year later with the album Niagara, showcasing an evolution in his skill set. This time around he went for a much more sample-heavy approach with the production, giving the album a throwback feel while also feeling completely of the now. Lyrically, Redveil is in a much brighter place here, with his words looking more to the future than the past, riding high on the early success of what he was experiencing, and taking his victory lap on wax, while being hopeful about his future. While his lyrical themes might not be quite as heavy as the first time around, his skill as a lyricist in the technical sense has improved a great amount between these two records. He's able to break out different flows and rhyme schemes at different times to match the energy of each track. At times this album fits in with the abstract lo-fi renaissance artists like Mike and Navy Blue, but Redveil blends this with his melodic tendencies, having his verses slide right into catchy hooks. His talent as a songwriter and creator is probably his greatest strength, and that'll be what drives his musical evolution going forward. If Niagara was Redveil finding his pocket and planting his flag, then his third album, Learn to Swim, is him stepping out of his comfort zone, taking everything that he's learned on his first two records with him. Learn to Swim was released in April of 2022, and is his dedication to both personal and artistic growth. The production combines the sample-heavy soul of Niagara with the forward-moving sensibility of his debut, and he infuses them with his instrumental cohesion that would be impressive for a producer with decades of experience. And lyrically he's at his peak here too. The second track, Diving Board, symbolizes Redveil jumping off of that figurative diving board of his comfort zone into a place where he can express himself artistically on a greater level. On this album, Redveil is learning to swim right in front of us, no longer grasping onto the training floaties of his influences, but finally floating completely on his own individual style. Every song here has the same vibe and feeling of his first two records, but you can hear such a drastic improvement in the songwriting, to the point that songs here like PG Baby and Better actually have legitimate crossover appeal. His first two records showed that he had the talent, but here he proved that he is ready to take that next step. The thing that separates Veil from other artists on his level right now is his ability to make music that connects with people. Every video I see of him performing at live shows has this incredible energy that he and his fans share. And with his ability to craft crowd-pleasing songs, I could see him continue to grow this fan base until it's one of the biggest around. In 2022, Redveil got a big cosign, going on tour with Denzel Curry, and even featuring him on the PG Baby remix. And then early in 2023, the cosigns kept coming, as Redveil was the only rap feature on Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia's album, Scaring the Hoes, which is my current album of the year. In April of 2023, Redveil released an EP called Playing with Fire. This EP shows where he is headed with the next era of his sound. This tape is much more produced than any of his previous work, with each song exploding with excess and pulling the sound in multiple directions. And listening to all these projects back to back, you can hear his progression from each album to the next. It really is hard to believe that he's still only 19 years old, considering that he's already grown so much as an artist. It seems like this next generation was sort of looking for who their guy will be. Who will be that artist to lead them through the 2020s, giving them the music that they need? And if you ask me, Redveil is ready to take that crown. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video and want to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, that is always appreciated. Drop your favorite Redveil track down in the comments. As always, you know the drill. I want to give a special shout out to my patrons who voted on this video topic today. If you want to vote on next month's topic, make sure to go check out the Patreon down below. I know I say this every video, but I really do have a lot of dope stuff planned for you guys coming up, so stay tuned, stay safe, and stay deaf. Thanks for watching.